Senator, I have two more questions. I know you're short
Yeah,
on time, but I have two more questions
sure.
for you, if you don't mind. And one of them dealing with Iran and the Iranian agreement that is out there. Obviously, you are against this. Uh, Yesterday, you reiterated that for President Obama and his role in this is that he would be basically the world's leading financier of radical Islamic terrorism. This morning, Mitt Romney came out and said that that language was over the line, that was too far, and it hurts the cause. Your response to not only to what Mitt Romney tweeted, but also just to the Iranian agreement, how President Cruz would handle Iran going forward.
Well, sure. First of all, let me say that this Iranian nuclear deal is catastrophic. It poses the gravest national security threat to this country of anything we are facing. Why? For several reasons. One, if it goes through, hundreds of billions of dollars will flow to Iran that they will use to fund radical Islamic terrorism to murder Americans. Two, because it leaves 4 American hostages languishing in Iran. The last president to leave hostages in Iran, Jimmy Carter, that weakness and appeasement profoundly weakened America. But 3, this deal accelerates Iran's acquiring nuclear weapons, and they have pledged to use those nuclear weapons. The Ayatollah Khamenei routinely leads chants of death to America. And if history teaches anything, it is that when somebody tells you they want to kill you, you should believe them. Now, it's interesting. In the past couple of weeks, we've seen both Mitt Romney and Jeb Bush, both of them talking about now. Take it easy, guys. You don't really need to oppose this Iranian nuclear deal quite so forcefully. It's interesting. 2 days ago or 3 days ago, President Obama was in Africa, and he chose to attack me directly for saying that if this deal goes through, the Obama administration will become the leading global financier of radical Islamic terrorism. And he attacked me personally, but you know what he didn't do? He didn't disagree with the facts. Here are the facts. Iran is today the world's leading state sponsor of terrorism. That's fact number 1. Fact number 2, if this deal goes through, over $100 billion in American control will flow to Iran. Fact number 3, we know to an absolute certainty a substantial portion of that over $100 billion will be given to Hamas, to Hezbollah, to the Houthis, to radical Islamic terrorists. And as a result, those billions of dollars in American control will be used by jihadists to murder Americans, to murder Israelis, to murder Europeans. Those are the facts. The unavoidable consequence of those facts is if this deal goes through, Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton and John Kerry will be the leading global financiers of radical Islamic terrorism on the face of the earth. Now, when Barack Obama attacked me in Africa for saying that, he didn't point to any other entity that would be a larger financier of radical Islamic terrorism. When you send billions of dollars to jihadists trying to kill Americans, you bear responsibility for the murder that they carry out with the money you have given them. And, one of the reasons Republicans keep getting clobbered is we have leaders like Mitt Romney and like Jeb Bush who are afraid to say that. Now, it's not a question of rhetoric. So Mitt Romney's tweet today said, gosh, this rhetoric is not helpful. John Adams famously said, facts are stubborn things. Describing the actual facts is not using rhetoric. It is called speaking the truth. Part of the reason Mitt Romney got clobbered by Barack Obama is because we all remember that third debate where Barack Obama turned to Mitt and said, I said the Benghazi attack was terrorism, and no one is more upset by Benghazi than I am. And Mitt, I guess listening to his own advice, said, well, gosh, I don't want to use any rhetoric, so okay, never mind. I'll just kind of rearrange the pencil on the podium here. We need to stand up and speak the truth with a smile. But we need, the truth has power. And every time we have Republicans who shy away, who don't want to engage, who don't want to speak the truth, we lose. In 1979 and 1980, when Ronald Reagan said, the Soviet Union is an evil empire, it will end up on the ash heap of history, all of the voices, all of the moderate Republicans who were scared, all of the establishment Republicans, they said, ooh, that rhetoric is not helpful. Speaking the truth is the only way you actually prevail. As Margaret Thatcher said, first you win the argument, then you win the vote. Likewise, I thought it was really unfortunate in the past couple of weeks to see Jeb Bush, number one, attacking Mike Huckabee for speaking out about the incredible threat a nuclear Iran poses to Israel. In this, I agree with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Mike Huckabee both. Prime Minister Netanyahu said a nuclear Iran poses an existential threat to Israel, and I'm sorry, Jeb Bush is wrong. We shouldn't shy away from saying that. Likewise, I disagreed with Jeb Bush when he said, well, it's not reasonable for the next president to say he will cancel this agreement when he enters office. It is absolutely reasonable for any serious commander-in-chief to say that he will abrogate any deal that undermines U.S. national security. And I recognize that the foreign policy establishment in Washington don't want to see that happen. They'd rather a horrible deal that endangers national security than actually a commander-in-chief who defends this nation. But I'll tell you this, Chad, I will never shy away from speaking the truth about the threats that face this country and about the steps we need to take to ensure that we keep every American safe and secure.
Senator Ted Cruz, as always, appreciate your time this morning, and we hope to visit with you throughout your campaign here on the show.
Thank you, my friend. And once again, I'd encourage everyone to please come to tedcruz.org, tedcruz.org. Support us, volunteer, contribute, stand with us. This is a movement from the people, and if we're ready to turn things around, it's got to come from each and every one of us. That is the strength and power and how we bring back the principles that have made America great.
Republican presidential candidate and U.S. Senator from the state of Texas, Ted Cruz, here on the Chad Hasty Show. Thank you, sir, very much.